podcast for you today. Today we're talking Costa Sunglasses with my good friend Bob Hoose coming from Newport Beach, California. So stay tuned for that. Real quick though, we got to touch on some business here. Today is Promar Ahi USA Tuesday. We always talk about some Promar products on Tuesday. Today's no different. We'll show you some stuff. And everybody that saw that show yesterday where we did the tour of the showroom over at Promar, and then you guys all got to see all the beautiful products they have at Promar. I want to thank everybody for all that you did yesterday. During the show, we sold so much product at Promar. I'm just blown away. So we're going to have to do that one again for sure. A lot of you took advantage of the 20% off discount price that Ben and Steve offered you. It was cool to see Ben and Steve, or see Steve over there. But then Rylan, what a star, right? That was so spectacular, having Rylan wander around and show us all the cool product. That kid's going to be a superstar, boy. He did a phenomenal job. It was really cool to see. But we're going to show you a couple products today from Promar, but we're also going to show you a couple products from Costa Del Mar Sunglass Company, because that's who Bob represents now. Bob's been in the industry his whole life, kind of like me. And so Bob's got a lot of cool things to talk about. We're going to bring him in just a second, gang. I want to thank everybody also. Today is a giant milestone for your saltwater guide. Today we hit just a hair over 600,000 followers, and we hit 65,000 subscribers on YouTube. So that's because of all of you. So thank you all very, very much. I really appreciate it. We're going to bring Justin in at the end of the show. He's got a big announcement. He's got an open party trip scheduled for Friday night to go hoop netting with him. So we're going to bring Justin in at about 10 minutes left of our show. But without any further ado, let's bring in Mr. Bob Hoose and find out what's going on in the sunglass world. Bob, welcome to the show.
Hey, good morning, Dave. I just saw that monkey jump around in the background. Very tropical, my friend.
Oh, yeah. Marley's the superstar of the show. That's for sure. He's my mascot. That's Marley, the pygmy marmoset monkey. He's been around here for a while. So, gang, Bob just is working on there he is. He's back. Okay, you're going to have to you're going to have to click on and click back off again. He's having technical difficulties, gang, but Bob's going to talk to us today about Costa Sunglasses and all the cool things that Costa has going on over there. And you guys will try to answer all your questions about sunglasses and all the different things they got going on at Costa. Welcome back, Bob. Tell people to stop calling you, for God's sakes.
I know we've got some technical difficulties with the iPhone, but I'll do my best to get back on when people call.
Absolutely. Well, that's what happens when you're old like us, and we don't have Elliot. My producer's not with us today, so we're going to have some drop calls, but I can run the show when you're not on here. We won't have any downtime. But Bob, tell everybody, because you've been around this industry as long as I have, how did you get into this?
Well, that's a long story short, Dave. Like your family, I grew up here in Newport Beach, and I was fortunate to have a family, a dad that loved to fish and hunt. He's always had boats in Newport Harbor here, and I remember, after my first fishing experience was up at the Eastern Sierra catching trout, and then went out for the first time on a boat, and that was back in the late 60s, early 70s, and we would catch bonito right off of Newport, and that's where I got hooked, is fishing those bonito. And then I recall the just epic sand bass bites up on the Huntington Flats, and that was getting the kids involved with the bass fishery. And then usually it was like right around the time we let off the fireworks, we'd go albacore fishing, and some great albacore years back in the late 70s, and take the boat down to San Diego if the fish were in that region, and load up on albacore. And then fast forwarding, I got a job with Bob Bisbee Sr. on the old 76 fuel dock, and spent my high school summers pumping fuel on the dock. And then that moved into a job in the tackle shop, which was behind the fuel dock, and got my hands wet with all the, the tackle industry and learning about gear and all the fisheries. Back then, there was a thriving yacht fishery that out of Newport, albacore in the summer, marlin in the fall, and just got to know all the guys, and they invited me on trips down to the Cape in the early days. And then I got a call from Tony Grayshock, and I had moved out to Colorado to go to CU for school. And he offered me a job on the bait barge when they got the permit for the Newport bait barge. So I worked 4 summers on the bait barge and learned a lot about, the live bait industry, and I was hooked. I mean, fishing was my life, and came back from college and did another year in the tackle shop. And then I got approached by Bill Buchanan, his family was the Seven Strand Trolling Lures company. And he offered my first real job in the tackle business. So I went to work for Bill Buchanan at Seven Strand, and it was an awesome experience, developing billfish lures and working with all the jig boats, the tuna clone stuff, way up west, and had a lot of fun there for a couple of years. And then I thought it was best that I get out of the fishing industry and get a corporate job. And I went to work in the printing industry, and I'll never forget, it was like my 5th year. I was making pretty good money, and I got the largest order of my printing career. And I'll never forget, the order came through the fax machine. And I've been working on this account for 2 years, and my assistant pulled it out and was celebrating, and I just had nothing to offer. I wasn't fired up. It was a lot of money back then, but it just wasn't working. So I went back to the drawing board and said, I gotta do what I love to, work in my passion. And that, of course, was fishing. And I managed to get a job with Pure Fishing as one of their marketing managers on the West Coast. And I was with Pure Fishing for 12 years and managed the West Coast. We had, 8 or 10 brands we were representing: Penn, Berkeley, Abu Garcia, Shakespeare, Fenwick, Spiderwire. And that's where it all came together, is working in the industry for a company or companies you believe in their brand, and just getting out there and helping anglers make the right decisions on tackle. And then back in 2017, Pure Fishing had several big changes, ownership and marketing roles. And I left Pure Fishing in 2017, and the timing was right for Costa, who was already out in California, but they just didn't have the right people for the brand. They needed someone, that grew up out here and had the walk and talk, and it just worked out. The timing was perfect. Started with Costa in 2017, and we're making, sunglasses for the fishing industry, and it was just a perfect shoe-in for me, and it's been there ever since.
And thank God you are, because my goodness, everyone I know wears the Costas, and I was wearing them before you started over there. And it was a pleasant surprise when you took over the repping of Costa on the West Coast. Cause like you said, we didn't have a go-to person out here on the West Coast. It was kind of fumble around and hope Florida answered the phone, and the time difference was really weird. But I want to jump back, because you were talking about when you were working for Seven Strand. I was working fishing albacore back then, and those tuna clones, those things were the thing, man. The way those things tracked through the water, that whole thing was pretty cool. I just want to talk about that for a minute.
I've got some great stories on the Seven Strand and the tuna clones, and I'll never forget, usually it was May or June all the jig boat captains would come up to the shop, and Seventh Strand was in Long Beach. And I'll never forget, these guys would roll in, and they're a tough bunch, as you know, Dave. I mean, they are captains of angry oceans, fish in albacore, wherever they migrate to. And my first year of dealing with these commercial captains, I was all excited to show these guys all the new colors that we had, made up for the season. And this guy rolls in, and he almost looked like Popeye, just a rough character. And I was showing him, the Loco Joe, which was that lime green with the black skirt and the red stripe, and zucchini, and all the, carrot top, all these bright colors. He let me, say my pitch, and he's like, Bob, where are the white tuna clones? I'm
Where
like, wait, what? What? White? So we walk over to the bin where the white tuna clones, and white was never a big seller in Southern California, but he took that bin and emptied it out into a duffel bag. And there were so many, we weighed the bag and then weighed one clone and then divided it to come up with how many were in the duffel bag. And he pulled out this wad of cash that was covered with like albacore blood and anchovy scales, and peeled off the money, for the tuna clones. And I'm like, Captain, why white? And he said, well, Bob, we noticed like when we put certain colors out, instead of the whole rack, both outriggers coming tight on fish, those fish will pick out a particular color. But when they have all white out, he said it's, the whole boat goes bendo. And he said after, a season, even the colored, tuna clones start fading with the sun and salt water, and, they get lighter with age. And he just believed in that white color. And sure enough, the next guy came in, did the same speech, and he's like, where's white? Oh, yeah, white? Right over here. And we sold a little bit of blue and white. Some of the younger captains would, zucchini was a good color, blue and white, green, yellow, black and purple. I noticed the younger guys were more into the colors, but if they were over 50, it was like, I wouldn't even give the pitch. I'd be like, the white clones.
The white ones are right over here. Yeah. Well, that's my good friend, Steve Campbell. That's why I wanted to talk about it. He was Captain America. He fished that albacore for a long time for the gray shocks and fished all over the world. And that was, he told me, he goes, Hansen, it's white. We give that fish no choice. They either eat the white or they don't get to ride on the boat.
Yeah. Yeah. We had, blue and white was another good seller for the commercial fleet. But when I looked at our retail sales from, San Francisco down to San Diego, that region was all about, the colors, Loco Joe, Carrot Top, zucchini was good. And it was just interesting to see, the different anglers and markets and what colors they preferred. And another interesting thing was a lot of the boats early in the season were trolling that smaller version of the tuna clone. We called it the TC 100. And it was like a 4-inch trolling bait. And that was really good early in the season, when those fish first show up. And I, of course, brought a lot of that knowledge out on, on my trips on our boat. And we would always pull those smaller clones early in the season and then switch over to the larger size later in the year. But that's a fish I truly hope makes a comeback someday, because, man, they fight good. They're fun to catch. Literally no night fishing. It's a gentleman's sport, and they taste great, however you cook them or not cook them. It's the albacore is the king.
Oh, absolutely. And they make everybody look really good because they love to die. They love to get on the boat. So and they make a bunch of captains look real good.
Yeah. And the captains always used to tell me out of San Diego, they're like, Bob, we put 100 yellowtail in the fish count for the paper. and we'd get a couple boats out. You put 100 fish, 100 albacore in the paper, and the next day every single boat is going out. And that albacore was the kickoff. You know, you had albacore in the paper, and they were in. The docks just lit up, and you know, Orange County to San Diego was out there chasing them.
Oh yeah, I have a bunch of interviews with Gary Black on my website, and Gary talked about when the albacore were biting, and they just completed the qualifier 105, and he was the captain, and he came down out of the wheelhouse, and he gaffed a guy's fish, threw it on the deck, turned around and said, "What number are you, sir?" And he goes, 105, and the guy Gary goes, no, I know you're on the boat, the 105. What number are you, sir? And he goes, 105. And Gary went in the galley and looked, and there was 109 people on the boat.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
The good old days.
109 people. Wow. That's
on the qualifier 105, and everybody caught an albacore.
Yeah. It's interesting, like, since this bluefin cycle has entered the front news, and a little bit of yellowfin around in the fall, it's like I have just boxes and boxes of clones and jet heads and all that small stuff, and it doesn't seem to work like it did on the albacore. I mean, those yellowfins start schooling with the bluefin. They don't bite the trolled tuna clones anymore.
Now they all start acting like bluefin, and that's not good.
Yeah. But I always have them rigged and ready to go on the boat just in case. You know, you never know when you're gonna be out there and someone's gonna get an albacore stop. But
yeah, and then all of a sudden, Bob's the hero. He's got all the right lures, and no one else has.
Yeah, that was before social media, and the only way to really get a hot jig out to the masses was something in the paper. And I remember Bill Buchanan used to call me and be like, "Hey, it's time to go out and catch an albacore. Take some photos of a tuna clone and send it to the paper. We got to get this thing going." And we'd go out, early June, and the butterfly or the mushroom, Cortez Bank, and hopefully catch some albacore. And we take photos. And before all the technology, we had to take the film to the printer, get the photo, and then either drop it off or mail the photo to the paper, and then it get in hopefully in a day or two, and the phones would start ringing at the shop. Whatever color, whatever lure we put in that photo, that was what they had to have.
That, huh?
That's what they had to have.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, gang. If you think Bob and I, we've been around, there's a lot of people on here that have been around for a while, but here's how we used to figure out what was going on. We'd open up the LA Times and go all the way to the back bottom right-hand corner and look at the fish report and see what was happening, who caught what, where they caught it at. And that's kind of how we spent. That's what we did with the paper. We never read any of the paper except that back right-hand bottom corner.
Yeah, it was, there was some, I'm not sure the date when the telephone, the 976 tuna lines came out, but like you said, before that, you had to actually go down to the docks and talk to people to get your info. And you had to go a lot of trips, as you would know. It was just gut feeling. You're like, hey, I think there's going to be albacore out here. And you had no reports, no temperature charts, nothing. And you'd be like, hey, let's go. I have a gut feeling. And that was a lot of fun back then. No.
Yeah, well, it was different too, because we never even thought of the cost of fuel back then. We would send exploratory boats out, and we'd go explore, and we'd go 100 miles on an exploratory trip, and fuel was never ever even calculated in the thing. Back then, I think we were paying like 33 or 34 bucks, or 33 bucks, 33 cents a gallon, and you would send boats out. The
Yeah.
San Diego boats would all go this way. The Newport boats would all go this way. The Dana Point boats would go this way. And then we'd let everybody know what we found. Cause yeah, it was all about albacore. It was all
Yeah.
about finding those fish. We didn't have any SSTs. We didn't have no
No.
satellite shots. You didn't have nothing to look at.
No. And
It was,
it's I mean, we grew up in such a special time era in Southern California. I mean, growing up as a kid, I mean, any day of the month, you could literally leave Newport Jetty, Dana Harbor, anywhere, put those little Yankee feathers out, and you'd be hooked up to a bonito in, you know, in minutes. And the sand bass runs up on the flats, just epic fishing, barracuda in the spring. And you know, the kids these days, they've you know, the ones in Newport, they're really good at fishing the harbor now. I mean, I'm working on my boat. I see the dock roms, you know, go, you know, fishing our dock, and man, I mean, they're good. They're like the baits that they fish and the tackle, and they're just crushing it. And thankfully, Newport Harbor, where I keep my boat, it's bounced back after all the dredging from years ago, and we're seeing some really good spotted bay bass fishing in there. But I just think we had so many more opportunities that were local for inshore game fish, and and the kids today, they've adapted. They've been like, okay, well, there's not much going on outside. Let's figure out this bay fishery, and you know, halibut, short white sea bass, and I'm just amazed at what these kids are doing in the bay these days. I mean, they've got it dialed in.
oh yeah, they show up with all the rods, all the bass rods, all
Oh
the
yeah.
beautiful reels. You're just like, man, these kids got some gear nowadays, boy. They got the stuff. And then they open up their tackle box and they got a couple $1,000s worth of plastic lures in there.
Yeah, yeah, and it's really cool to see them on their bikes, and they'll just stop between the docks, and they walk out on the wall, make a few casts, catch a spot here or there, jump on their bikes or skateboards, go to the next dock, catch a few more, and I'm just like, right on, you guys are. I mean, they're hooked, and those are the kids we see at the show, and we just throw them out because I mean that's the next generation.
Oh,
Here's
and
the
it's
code.
there on my back.
Yeah, you're back.
Okay. Yeah, it's super important to keep those children fishing. It's like the super most important thing. As you know, working with CCA, we're under attack, and we're going to get into that in a little bit. We got to get into the sunglass thing. Me and you could talk about albacore for the rest of the show. I know that.
Yeah, we can.
But gang, Bob and I will both be at the Bart Hall Show on the 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th in January. We're talking about it before the show, how exciting it is to get this trade show thing going in January. It's never happened before. Bob was telling me, I can't believe we're going to be at the show in a week and a half. I know, it's crazy. It's going to be fun though. I can't wait to see all of you and meet you. You guys got to stop by Bob's booth at the Costa booth and check him out and see all the bitchin' sunglasses. We're going to show you some pairs of sunglasses here in a few minutes. But real quick, gang, it's Promar Ahi USA Tuesday. I'm going to throw the QR code up there. Gang, if you jump onto that website, you'll see all that cool stuff we were showing you yesterday at the showroom up there in Gardena. You want to make sure you have a bunch of these lobster gauges on your boat. It's imperative because it's a ticket. If everyone on the boat does not have a lobster gauge, it is a ticket. If you're going to have 5 people on the boat, you better have more than 5 of these because someone's going to drop one over. I've done it many, many times, all excited, measuring the lobsters, go to throw the lobster over, and I throw the gauge over. Well, if I don't have an extra gauge on the boat, guess what? We're done fishing. I can't fish anymore. I can't be involved in it. You have to have a gauge for each person on the boat. I don't want to argue with you about it. It's the law. It's in when you signed your fishing license, you told them you had them. Go to the Promar site through the QR code right there. Also, that's going to enter you in to win that free trip with Justin Botrell. Justin's going to be on the show here in a little bit talking about his hoop net trips he's got coming up. But if you want a day with Justin, all you got to do is go to that Promar QR code, download it, go to the website. Then we'll know who you are. We're going to pick one lucky person for a free day of fishing with Justin, either on his boat or on your boat. And that's going to happen on February 1st. We'll give that prize away. So now I covered what I needed to cover with Promar, Bob. What I wanted to talk to you about was the Grommies fishing at the docks. How it's so cool for you and I to see that, because that's how we grew up. That's
it gets them outside, and a lot of these kids, if their family didn't grow up fishing, they have just less opportunities, and the fact that they can just ride their bike right after school, backpack, rods in their backpack, all their baits, and right down to any harbor, any shoreline, and start fishing is makes me smile. And the kids, they and they're getting really into it. Like I'm seeing the kids at the local high school, they have a little fishing club, and they're fishing at night. They do. And then what happens is the parents get involved, and they're like, wow, my kids all excited to go fishing. And the schools will put together trips on a sport boat to Catalina. And then that gets them into, maybe a bonito or a yellowtail and better calico bass fishing. They get out on the water, have a boat burger. And it's just, I love seeing where this is going. And the fact that they have access all up and down the coast, and literally you don't need a boat. You can just walk the shore, and you're fishing. And then their experience is it's a jump start with everything they can find through social media, YouTube, your videos. If they need to learn a tactic or a fishery, it's one click away. And next thing you know, they got that figured out. And it's like while there is less opportunities offshore, inshore, and we've got the knowledge out there. We have the tackle and the excitement, and I'm glad it's going strong. I mean, it's great to see all these kids out there. And then
wonderful.
What's crazy is, like, all the surfers, when it's flat, now they're all fishing. And so it's like, there's no waves, let's go catch some spotties. Oh, the waves are up, let's put away the gear and go surfing. And they're just like, they've transformed into these little watermen, and it's great.
Oh, it's the best. It's the best to see. And unfortunately, for some reason, the state of California, they don't want people fishing, which is very bizarre. But you said on the board, you know what I'm talking about. CCA is our only voice at the table, gang. We talk about this all the time. I'm going to show you a little video from Frank Lepresti here in a second. But gang, you want to be involved with CCA. I will be hanging out at the CCA booth at the Bart Hall Show. I'll be outside with you guys waiting for him to open the door, trying to get you to help us out, because Bob and I don't want to ever see the day where we can't go fishing in Southern California. So make sure you're involved with CCA, because it's super important. It's the only voice we have at the table, right, Bob?
Yeah, if you're going to do anything for our fisheries and our right to fish, you got to become a member of CCA. It's our only group out there that is literally fighting tooth and nail for our right to fish. And I just tell people, like, if whatever involvement level you choose, what you're comfortable for, support CCA. And I'm a lifetime member, and I went all in, and I believe in CCA. The team and the board is it's top shelf, and we're going to get it done. It's just going to take us as a group to all contribute. And it's not a big hit on your pocketbook. Just throw down what you can, become a member, and pay it forward.
Yeah, exactly. Check out this video, gang, and then we're going to get into the sunglasses thing. Check this out.
There is a concern that some today would like to see no fishing whatsoever anywhere in the United States, especially in California. That is, we were told that 10 years ago at meetings, that our goal is to see fishing abolished. I pray to God it doesn't happen.
Yeah, that's pretty unbelievable. You hear Frank talk about it like that. That kind of makes you go, okay. And then that was a little bit of insert from Michael Folks' new movie that's coming out, The History of Sport Fishing. It's going to be phenomenal. But gang, I want to make sure that you all understand Bob represents the sunglass company that all of us real fishermen that fish for a living, we all wear them. I got a few pairs here. I love these black fins. I wear them all the time with the gray lenses. I have this pair right here that I love for when it's hard to find, these tuna alleys with the yellow lenses that give me the pop when I'm looking for the kelp patties out there when the sun's not all there. And then we're going to show you guys a video real quick, and then Bob's going to talk about it. This is something that's absolutely incredible, and I can't wait to get my hands on this pair. Look at this.
King Tide, rule the water.
All right, gang, if that doesn't get you fired up about a pair of sunglasses, you're probably not awake. So, Bob, tell us about these King Tides. I get a pair when I come to the show. I'm super excited. I can't wait to try them out.
I've got your pair right here for you, Dave.
Those things look so cool. They look so bitchin'. I love the wraparound frame, the whole thing, every part of it, the adjustable nose guard, everything. What a bitchin' pair of sunglasses, right?
Yeah. So the King Tide launch was last year, and the company's been around for 40 years. This 1983. There were a handful of captains in Southeast Florida that were, having a beer after a day of charter fishing. And they're like, you know what, let's put our heads together and design a better pair of sunglasses for what we do. And that's, long days on the water, finding fish, seeing fish, comfortable on your face. And that's how the company was founded. 4 charter boat captains that had an idea to come up with a better pair of sunglasses for fishing applications. And fast forward 40 years, our product development team, which is now located in Foothill Ranch out here on the West Coast, they have been working on King Tide for a decade, and it's all about the design and the technology that is out there. And as Dave was saying earlier, every part of the King Tide is an advancement of everything we have to offer at Costa went into the King Tide. And just looking at them right now, it starts with the adjustable nose piece, which is right here. And that's very important with everyone. Everyone's got a different nose, different face features. And after you can adjust the nose guard to be firm on your nose, and they're going to stay on your face. They're not going to fall off. when you're gaffing a fish or, anything like that. And then also very important on these sides, it's hard to see on the camera here, but we have these vents. They look almost like shark gills, and that's going to allow the air to enter, between your eye and the sunglass and prevent the lens from fogging up. We also, the hinges, the side shields, everything about this pair of king tides is the most advanced technology we have. And again, it won best of the show at ICAST, best in the category. I'm wearing the pair that I'm going to give Captain Dave Hansen here, is what we call our 6-base. And there's 2 styles of king tide. It's a 6-base and 8-base. The 6 is more squared off. It gives you a little more room on the corners of your eye, where the 8-base is more of a wrap. And again, it's preference, but knowing how Dave fishes and what he's wearing now, I think he's going to be happy with these 6-base king tide. It's there's a lot of debate on lens color. This pair is a gray lens, and what gray does is it's 100% polarized lens, and we're known to have the best polarized lens in the industry. And that gray lens is just going to cut the glare. You're going to be things are going to look natural to you, through your vision. Gray's probably the gray lens is probably one of our best sellers because it's so versatile. Whether you're fishing, a river, a lake, you're offshore, inshore, or even down at the beach having a taco, the gray lens is by far most popular out on the West Coast. And then that's not to say we make a whole range of lens colors, and that gets into the preference. What I've seen this last year is a lot of the offshore captains have been experimenting with our green mirror lens, and I've always been. I always wear the blue mirror when I'm offshore, and I'll never forget. I was down in Florida fishing with Captain Ray Rocher. He's a sailfish charter boat captain, very good fisherman. Has a top-notch program down there in Miami. And we were up on the tower. We were kite fishing for sailfish. There was some Dorado around too. And he's like, Bob, try on this green mirror. And I was wearing blue mirror up in the tower, and I put those green mirror on. The green mirror has a copper base below the green mirror on the outside, and that copper base just pops the colors. And sure enough, a pair of sailfish came into the spread, and I could see them so much better underwater than I could with my blue mirror. So I switched over to green mirror end of last season for my offshore and my inshore trips. And then sure enough, get a call from Steve Lasley on the Bad Company. Bob, I got to have tuna alley green mirror. Okay, boom. Grossbeck found out about it, called me. I need green mirror, and it's across the board. So green mirror is really come on strong. And if you haven't tried the green mirror, whether you're inshore, offshore, anything, grab a pair, buy a pair, and give it a shot. It's a game changer as far as seeing fish and conditions, stuff like that.
And Bob's not lying, because I listened to you on Let's Talk Hookup the other day, and you were talking about Laz and Grossbeck and the green mirror. And I called Pete up right away, and I said, hey, you doing that green mirror thing? He goes, oh, yeah, that's who told you? And I was like, well, Bob Hoose threw you guys out there. And he's all, yeah, that's a game changer. So when IGFA Hall of Fame captain Steve Lasley and Pete Grossbeck tell you you got to put them on. And so that's my next order is for the green.
Yeah, we support the Bad Company team, and I've always, my whole career, I've tried to help, Lasley and whatever company I'm working for, because his input on product is just mind blowing. And we got I was talking to him about what Ray Rocher told me, and he was wearing blue mirror prior, and I sent him a set of tuna alley green mirror, and then the whole boat like switched over. They were all wearing green mirror, and what's interesting is here's a guy that's chasing billfish all over the world. Yet when I go to these freshwater bass tournaments, all our Costa pros that are on these bass tournament trails, they're all wearing green mirror too for sight fishing. So it's very versatile, and I think we're going to see a lot at the shows coming up. People that want a second pair, or maybe their first pair of Costas. And I've been telling the reps, load up on green mirror. I mean, it's
get ready.
The cat's out of the bag.
Yeah, that's a big deal when you got Pete and Steve both backing you up on that. That all of a sudden everybody on the saltwater scene's got to understand who those two gentlemen are. Ray Rocher's no slack either. Ray Rocher's a big deal. I got to fish with him down here in the Rolex tournament. I don't
really
know.
Good.
There's not many people on the planet better than Ray. That guy
he's an innovator, and much respect to him. And he's come out with some very innovative fishing products. And I get asked wherever I go, Bob, tell me about these lens, choices and for what applications. And when green mirror comes up, I tell them it's like watching TV, and then with green mirror, it's like HD TV. All the colors pop. Everything's distinct color separation. Everything just pops, and sometimes that's all it takes is unless you're in the glasses, your eye just catching a little gold yellow, like a single strand of kelp, or maybe a big floating kelp out in the distance, that little tiny sign, and that green mirror just pops that color and your eye catches it. And hey, 2:00, there's a big kelp over there, and that could make your day, just finding that one kelp. And also I've noticed when I'm not on my boat and we're marlin fishing or even tuna fishing, even in the sky, like a single tern bird off in the distance, that color separation with a blue sky in the background, your eye just finds it. It's the color pops, and you go, oh, there's a tern over there. So you have your electronics, but to be at the top of your game, you got to have the sight program dialed in. And if we can help people see what's out there, spot more fish in their travels, that's a win-win for everyone.
Oh, it's super important. Kelly girl just sent me a message. So she's all, what about the girls? Did you guys revolutionize any glasses for the girls?
Oh, he's going to be excited with the ladies styles this year. Tell her to come by the booth, and she's going to talk to either Allison or who else is going to, Steph. We have 2 Costa reps, lady anglers, that are going to be at the show, and they know the styles better than the guys for the women. So yeah, any ladies out there that want to see what Costa has in the lady styles, stop by the Costa booth at the Bart Hall Show, both in Long Beach or in Del Mar, and we're bringing in all the lady styles.
Nice. That'll make Kelly's day, because that's what she does text me. She's all, Bob, did you guys make anything for the girls? Well, obviously you just answered that for her. So there you go, Kelly girl. You know what's coming down the pipe now. So it'll be exciting to be at the Bart Hall Show. But Bob, how can people find your sunglasses? What's the website? Where do we go? What do we do?
Yeah, to check out all the Costa Sunglasses products, just click on this CostaSunglasses.com. And we just revamped our website. It's very user-friendly, CostaSunglasses.com. And up at the top, you'll see the different categories. They have, men's styles, women's styles, offshore lens choices, inshore lens choices. and you can navigate through the site depending on, what type of angler you are. So we recently revamped our site, made it very user friendly, and you can, there's hundreds of styles out there. But most importantly, and I tell this every day to my friends, family, consumers, is you have to try the Costas on and see if they fit your face. That's the number one mistake out there. Is people go on the website, they'll see a particular Costa sunglass style that they like, and they'll buy it, and then they put it on their face and it doesn't fit. And there's nothing worse than having a pair of sunglasses, regardless of the brand, on your face all day. And if it's squeezing your temples, you're going to get a headache in the afternoon. And everyone's got a different face. It's like, it's trying on clothes. It's got to be the right fit. And you got to go to the best way to do it is come to the Costa booth. We have all the styles in the displays, and just try them on and make sure they fit your face and they feel comfortable. They're not too tight. They look good on you. And then there's going to be several retailers at all the shows that are going to be selling Costas, and we're going to have some show deals for the consumers. We're going to give them a gift with purchase. So I'm really excited to see everyone again up in Long Beach, and hopefully we have some good deals to offer at both shows.
Oh, yeah, it'll be great. You guys come by and see Bob. Say hi to Bob. Tell him you saw him on your saltwater guide. Maybe he'll have some swag for you, something special. Just tell him you saw him on our show. Bob, we're going to bring Justin in now. I know you got a ton of stuff to do. I want to thank you very much. If you want to hang out and listen to Justin, that's fine. If you got to get going, that's fine too. But we're going to bring in my buddy Justin. Thank you so much for your time today, Bob. I really appreciate it. I know you're a busy man getting ready for trade shows, so thank you.
We had a lot of fun, Dave. You're doing an awesome job, and thanks for educating on everyone on how to catch more fish, and we'll see you at the show next week.
All right, Bob. Thank you for your time, sir, and I'll get you back on the show again here real soon, I promise.
Okay, bud. Until the next time. Bye.
Bye. Justin Botrell. What a phenomenal show yesterday, dude. Thank you. Your boy is the new superstar of your saltwater guide. He makes you and I look like full-on booger eaters.
He is. He's such a cutie. He has
Oh my God.
He's going to be so freaking famous pretty soon.
And I love his accent. I love his accent.
I know it's his R's. He can't say R. He has his own accent for R's. It's really funny. So next time you listen to him, listen on his R's. He says an R in his own way, and it makes him sound like he has an accent. It's so funny.
Oh, it is so cool. So, Justin, thank you so much for taking him up to the showroom yesterday. If you guys did not see Ryland yesterday, it was a spectacular show. You can go back and rewatch it. We're not throwing it away. It's going to be there. And you guys got till the end of the show today to save that 20% over at Promar. So take advantage of that. All the products, everything that Justin and Ryland showed you guys yesterday. And then Steve jumped in and helped out a little bit. But I wanted to make sure I brought you on the show today because we haven't done this for a while. And the last time we did this, you sold out immediately. So tell them what you got on the schedule for Friday.
So Friday, I'm doing an open party charter again for lobsters. $175 per person. I need 4 to go. So
and you're just opening it right now. So you guys, there's 4 people. And I don't know if you've been seeing what he's been doing. It is pretty epic to be a part of, even though the other night it just wasn't quite happening. Still made it for a phenomenal evening.
Yeah, we're going to have those days. Everybody has those days. We didn't get skunked, though. It took us a little while to find out where the lobsters are. We got them. We didn't get a slam dunk like everyone normally sees us doing. But that is now 2 days now, this lobster season, that I've gotten lower limits. All the other days, we've been killing it. So, but not only that, did you look at the weather coming up?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect timing. Friday, it's going to rain all day.
So it should be very spectacular. We needed some weather. The water is very clean. I don't know if you all who watch the live show, you see me backing down, you've seen the bottom of the floor. That's 10 feet deep right there. And you can see the bottom on the show. So that is super clear water. We need that water to get stirred up big time. And then really quick, I don't know if this was pointed out, but you had Costa on here. That's freaking amazing. The best sunglasses ever. I wear Costas. My deckhands all wear Costas. Someone asked about the 580 glass. That's the ones I ordered, a 580 glass. It's a glass lens. And Tim, I don't know if it's scratch resistant, but I've never been able to scratch mine. So
here's what I was going to say to Tim and everybody else that's listening. Gang, my sunglasses, I treat them probably as good, if not better, than I treat Kelly. These are these are super important, gang. You have to understand. These are a tool that is so important. So when I see people ask, are they scratch resistant? Gang, these things shouldn't come out. Yes, please, Elliot. That would be awesome. We got all kinds of cool new products coming out for the kids. We got all kinds of new stuff coming out. Your saltwater guide. We're going to have all kinds of great stuff at the store for you guys to get. The store has changed. Elliot and his wife, Erica, are in charge of the store. They're bringing out all kinds of bitchin' products that really, now we're focusing on more on the women and the children, and we got all kinds of stuff for everybody. So check out our store. It's going to have a lot of cool stuff. But if you guys get a pair of Costa sunglasses, they aren't free. These are a $300 pair of glasses. You should not take these out of your sight. If these things are going on the ground and stuff, you don't understand how much they cost. Those Costas are important. But look at all this cool stuff we got. Now we got backpacks and hats and shirts and hoodies, and everything's talking about your saltwater guide, gang. You all want to be a part of the wave in Southern California. We are making a mark for ourselves. Look at that. Don't be a booger. You get a little bib for your baby. Check that out. How fun is this going to be? This is going to be an awesome year for the company. Awesome, awesome year. We got to get Rylan a full-on uniform to be wearing.
Kid-size shirts now. That is amazing.
Yep. We're taking it to the next level, ladies and gentlemen. We're cranking this thing up, taking it to the next level. We're going to have a huge announcement for if you show up to the show at the PCS show wearing the new shirts that Erica is coming out with. We'll let you know about that when it's time. We got to talk with Bill and make sure everything's okay. But this year is going to be super special, gang. You guys are going to want to be, look at it. Tank tops, trucker hats, stickers, backpacks, everything you use every day out on the water. Erica and Elliot have it covered for you, gang. You want to go to the store. You want to start grabbing some of this swag, some of this cool stuff to wear. It's really going to matter. But, gang, don't forget, if you're thinking about going hoop netting, you want to get on Justin's trip this weekend, Friday. It's going to sell out fast. We already know that. So don't hesitate. Don't sit back and wait. There's his phone number. He just threw it up there on the screen. I'll throw it up there on the screen again. You do not want to miss out on this opportunity to fish with Justin and be on the live show. We'll keep showing you all the cool stuff on the website, all the cool clothes, everything available at Your Saltwater Guide, the store. You want to check that out. But there's Justin's phone number. Text him or call him right now, gang. Get on the boat. 4 spots. They're going to sell out so fast. Everybody wants to go. Everyone wants to be famous. Everyone wants to be on that live show, showing your friends. Talk about the live show a little bit.
Yeah, the live show is so freaking cool. You get exactly there. I mean, everything that you're seeing is uncut, unedited, everything. Every now and then, you'll hear some passengers saying some words that they shouldn't be saying, but it is what it is. And it's so much fun. You get to see us pull up a whole net full of water and a whole net full of lobsters. And then we pull up sharks, we pull up fish, different kinds, stingrays, octopus, crabs, all different kinds of things. You get to see it live coming to you from your saltwater guide.
It's pretty epic, gang.
No one else is doing it at this level. There's nobody out there at this level doing it. No one.
And it's night. You know, a lot of you and I, we've been doing what we've been doing for a long time. Don't forget, Wesley's going to join us on the show on Friday, right before Justin goes live with the Hoop Nanny. But Justin has a trip on Thursday night too. Tut, did you have a good time the other night?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, Tut. Oh,
Yep,
Miss Hot Rod also commented that her son didn't like fishing anymore. So there's really only 3 or 4 reasons of that. It's either you took him out too long, you didn't catch fish, or you didn't bring a phone for him to watch or a tablet, or it was too rough. One of those reasons is why he doesn't like fishing anymore.
And I just saw a question came through my phone. How do we get that, all those bitchin' clothes that Elliot was just showing, gang? Elliot, we'll throw back up the store. You can check out my store. You can see all that great product over at the store. Erica, his wife, is designing all kinds of great clothes for us that we've been missing out on. That we need to get more involved in this swag thing, in the clothing and all that stuff. We're moving up to the next level, gang. There's the QR code. Elliot makes everything so easy for all of us, especially us old guys that don't know how to navigate around the internet. You grab that QR code, it's going to take you right to the store. Remember, you're supporting your saltwater guide by going to the store and buying stuff. You're helping me buy food for Marley. You're helping us get free clothes to Rylan for all of his phenomenal post when he's out there fishing. And he's gonna start ramping up his YouTube channel. We're gonna get him tons of views over there. I wanted to let everybody know that got onto the show late after Bob was here. We hit 65,000 subscribers today on YouTube, Justin, this morning. That is
Wow.
that is an unbelievable number that I can't even comprehend. I can't even wrap my 65,000 subscribers on YouTube. We got 63,000 followers on Instagram. I don't know which one's going to get to 100 first, but both of them are going to get to 100 this year. I'll guarantee it. I'll guarantee you we're going to get to 100. You don't think that's a big deal? Go look around at all your friends and family's pages. Go look around at everything out there and go look and see how many people have this many followers. You'll be blown away by people that think they're influencers that have 20,000, 30,000. You get up above 50,000, you're in a whole new league, gang. I'm just letting you know. That's why we have great guests like Dave Marciano, Anthony Shea, Bob Hoose from Costa Sunglasses, Amir K. We're bringing in Cliff Gray. We're bringing in some unbelievable talent because people can see what's going on over here. They are jazzed beyond all mental thinking to be a part of your saltwater guide. You all want to be a part of, gang. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, the like button, follow us. You don't want to miss any of our videos. Elliot, with the help of Elliot and Justin, I put out 3 brand new videos every single day. Yeah, think about that. Every single day. And I do this podcast Monday through Fridays at 12 o'clock between Kelly Girl and Justin and Rylan and Elliot and Erica. It's a full-time job for all of us to keep this machine going. We're not going to let you down, though. We're going to keep on doing it. We have over 3,800 videos on our Instagram. 3,800. No one's got that. People got some pictures and stuff, but gang, I'll not let you down. I'll keep making bitching videos. I'll keep doing what I'm doing. You got to help us, though. You have to support us. You have to follow us. You have to subscribe to the channel. And you got to call Justin right now. You have to call him right now because this trip is going to fill up and you're going to get to watch the 4 lucky people on Friday. But you have a trip on Thursday too, right?
Yeah, so I have a charter, like Miss Hot Rod Jeanette just asked. The charter on Thursday is for fishing. We're going on a half day or 3/4 day, either local or Catalina. I think he wants to go local. It's Paul. You've all seen Paul a couple times. Paul literally charters my boat every other week. So every other week he'll be on the boat doing something, either lobster or fishing. When the tuna come, that's all he wants to do is go for tuna. So, but yes, I do fishing as well. a lot of it. I catch a lot of fish. Not me.
You,
My clients catch a lot of fish.
you
The
do all
biggest
right.
bluefin we ever caught, believe it or not, the biggest bluefin I've ever caught and reeled in is only 45 pounds.
And then what happens? What happens if they use that QR code to go to Promar? What are they going to got a possibility to win in the contest? You're giving away another something crazy.
Yeah, so all you have to do is scan that QR code. It's going to put you in the drawing for me to come out on your boat or one spot on my boat. So
and we're giving that away on February 1st, right?
Yep. All you have to do is scan the QR code. While you're in there, though, I guarantee you're going to find something that you're going to use this year. Because if you're going to pull an anchor, you're going to need the gloves. If you're going to be hoop netting, you need something in that nature for hoop netting. Oh, thank you, Jason. But yeah, you're going to find something at Promar, so you might as well, while you're in there, look at it. And if you want to purchase it, use that code YSWG at checkout, and you'll save yourself 20%. And
So did anybody text you yet?
I haven't even checked. Not yet.
Wow. Wake up, everybody. Wake up. This is going to sell out quick. We'll bring you on the show again. What?
Promar texted me and asked if they can come out while I go. Look at Promar's on here now. The guys at Promar texted me to see if they can come out for thresher shark fishing.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll bring you guys out there and let you film some stuff and be a part of. Absolutely. Gang, you don't want to miss out. I'm telling you, you're like, oh, I don't know. He's going to sell out. Let's just be honest. We're just throwing this opportunity out there. Tomorrow.
Uh-oh. What happened there, Dave? We lost you. So, yes, Jeanette, I'll get in contact with you in just a little bit. I don't know where Dave went. But if you can, call or text me if you want to be involved with this hoop netting open party on Friday. My phone number is 951-703-9442, and I'll put it up here in just a second. Let me put it on. Yeah, I don't know where Dave went. He just messaged and said he doesn't know what happened. But there's my phone number. It's on the web, on Facebook, on Your Saltwater Guide. Again, 951-703-9442. And remember as well, I'll be at the Bart Hall Show on Saturday, the 27th, just until around 1 o'clock. Then I'm going to leave. And I'll also be, hey, who's coming in? And I'll also be on the 28th at the Bart Hall Show. So make sure you come and say hi. I'll be with Dave and at the Promar booth. And yeah. So we thank you, everyone, again for watching. Thank you so much. And remember, give me a call or text if you want to go on Friday on the Open Party Hoop Netting Charter. Phone number, again, is 951-703-9442. We really appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Thank you very much, everybody. See you later. Thank you. I don't know what